Assalamu alaikum, welcome. As we approach the end of Ramadan, there's a really important distinction we need to talk about. It's something that can honestly be the difference between completing our fast correctly or accidentally missing a crucial step.
I mean, just think about that for a second. Imagine all that effort, that devotion, that spiritual work you've put in for 30 days, only to stumble on a key obligation right at the finish line. It's a heavy thought.
And this is where the confusion usually comes in. So many of us think Zakat and Zakat al-Fitr are basically the same thing, but they're not. They are two totally separate duties. Getting this right is absolutely essential, so let's clear this up together, once and for all.
All right, first up, let's talk about the big one, the major pillar of Islam that most of us know, Zakat. At its core, this is all about purifying our wealth.
You know, the word zakat itself is just beautiful. It means purification, and it also means growth. It's not a tax, not at all. Think of it as a sacred act to cleanse the wealth that God has entrusted us with, allowing it to grow in blessings.
So a few key things to remember here. First, this is a pillar of Islam, which means it is absolutely mandatory, no ifs, ands, or buts. It's paid once a year, and it's a set rate, 2.5%. But that's only on the wealth you have above a certain minimum amount, which is known as the nisab. And get this, in the Quran, zakat is mentioned right next to salah, or prayer, over and over again. That just shows you how seriously our financial worship is taken, right on par with our daily prayers.
Okay, now let's shift gears and talk about its special Ramadan-only cousin, Zakat al-Fitr. And you can probably guess from the title, the whole purpose here is different. We're not talking about wealth anymore, we're talking about purifying our fast.
This is a special, mandatory charity that is required from every single Muslim as Ramadan comes to a close. And the timing on this one is everything. It absolutely has to be paid before we all gather for the Eid prayer.
And unlike Zakat on wealth, this isn't calculated as a percentage. Nope, it's a fixed amount, traditionally a measure of staple food like rice or dates. The head of the household pays it for every single person under their care. We're talking every member of the family, from the newest baby to the oldest grandparent. It has this amazing dual purpose. On a spiritual level, it cleanses our fast, and on a community level, it makes sure even the poorest families have food on the table and can celebrate Eid with everyone else. It's just beautiful.
Just let that sink in for a moment. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, described it as a spiritual cleanser. Think about any of the minor mistakes we might have made during the month. You know, the pointless chatter, the little shortcomings. Zakat al-Fitr acts like an eraser for all of that, perfecting and sealing our month of fasting.
So if you remember one thing, let it be this simple breakdown. The entire month of Ramadan is for purifying our souls. Our annual zakat is for purifying our wealth. And this final act, Zakat al-Fitr, is specifically for purifying our fast. It's a complete system of purification.
All right, now that we know what they both are, let's put them side by side. This way, we can make the differences crystal clear.
Let's walk through this slowly. Okay, first row, purpose. Zakat is for your wealth. Zakat al-Fitr is for your fast. Simple enough? Next, calculation. Zakat is a percentage, that 2.5% of your savings. But Zakat al-Fitr is a flat rate, a fixed amount for each person. Now timing, and this is the really critical one. Zakat is annual. Zakat al-Fitr as a strict deadline, the end of Ramadan, before the Eid prayer. Finally, the obligation. Zakat is for people who have wealth above the nisab. Zakat al-Fitr, that's for every single one of us. Understanding this helps us sidestep some really common mistakes. The biggest one? Paying Zakat al-Fitr after the Eid prayer. If you do that, it's just considered a regular charity, and you've actually missed the specific obligation. Other slip-ups are forgetting to pay for your kids or others you care for, or just thinking it's a nice optional thing to do, when it is, in fact, mandatory for everyone. So, how do we make sure we get this right and have total peace of mind? I've got you. Here is a super simple, actionable 3-step checklist. Okay, step 1. Figure out what you owe early on. Please don't wait until the night before Eid to start scrambling with calculations. Step 2, and listen closely, this is the most important part, you must pay your Zakat al-Fitr before the Eid prayer. That deadline is non-negotiable. And finally, step 3, give with a sincere heart. Remember why you're doing this. You are fulfilling a sacred duty to purify your worship and to share the joy of Eid with your entire community.
You see, having this knowledge just changes everything. It turns what could feel like a chore into a really profound act of worship, of purification, and of compassion. The responsibility in the end is ours. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about.
How will you ensure your Ramadan is complete?